Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be showing you how to use Julie Nutting doll stamps to create some really cute projects. So I have 3 of my Julie Nutting dolls. First, I have Cassie. The next one I'm going to use is Elena. And then the third one I'm going to use is Madeline. So I've got 3 of them out and ready to go. And first thing I'm going to do is get some ink, and I have the stamps. The stamps come on this piece of acetate. I'm just going to leave mine on there. If you have a stamp block, you are more than welcome to use it. I don't have a really large one, so I'm just going to use the piece that it comes on. And I have my ink here. You can use any ink you want. And I'm just going to ink up my stamp really well. We're going to ink the outline first for all 3 of the dolls. And then eventually we're going to cut different pieces of the doll out of different pattern papers. And this is how you make her clothes and make her look really cute. You can also color these dolls with Copics and other kinds of markers if you want, or even colored pencils, but I just think it's really cute to use the paper to make the clothes and such. So once you have all the ink, you're just going to place it on your paper and make sure that you have a really nice stamped image. And we're going to end up cutting this out and adding layers to it, but you want to be able to start with that so you know where you're going to place all of your other layers. So there we have Cassie. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other 3, or the other 2, so that we have 1 of each of the dolls. I'm going to be using the hat that came with Cassie and also the hat that came with Madeline. I'm not going to use all of the accessories that came with Madeline. I'm not going to use the ones that came with Elena, but I am going to use these ones. So same thing, I'm just going to ink them and stamp them. And then now that I have my images, I am going to first clean my stamps really well, just using some regular stamp cleaner. You can also use soap and water. And then I'm going to cut around these, and then I will be right back and show you what they look like. And these are what the dolls will look like once they are cut from the background papers. You can also go in and cut out these little tiny pieces here between the arms if you want to. I might go back and do that later. What you're going to do next is get your paper. I'm going to be using the God Bless America papers by FotoBella. And I have the 6x6 collection here that has the smaller prints. So I'm going to be using these. They are double-sided, so there are many different prints to choose from. And I'm going to be making a 4th of July project with these dolls. So I'm going to make sure their clothes are patriotic. So basically what I'm going to do is go through and look for things that I think would be really cute. So like the star pattern might be a really cute dress, or the skirt. And so I'm going to set this one aside and I'm just going to look. So the red might be cute for something like boots, or for like the little belt here. And so just depending, I don't think I'm going to use this. So I'm going to flip this here. This paper probably wouldn't be very good, but blue stars would be. Banners probably wouldn't, but that would be good for some background images. This is just blue and it's got some text on it, so probably not going to be the best. So I'm going to set this to the side. These are some firecrackers that might be cute on a dress. And then we've got the stripes, so both of those sides would work. This floral pattern is really cute, but it is slightly big. And so, you know, for her skirt, you would get some. For her skirt, you would get some. So you'd see part of it, but you wouldn't see all of it. We've got the plaid here. I don't think the flags would work super well just because they're a little too big, and then I don't think that this image would work well, so I'm going to set that one aside. Same thing as this one. I think it's a really cute paper, but I just don't think it would be good on a dress, but the polka dots on the back would be fine. These could potentially be cute depending on where on the dress they would go. Now we've got the polka dots. These I don't think are going to be the easiest to work with. We've got the blue plaid though. These ones not going to work, but we've got the plaid on the back side. These definitely will not work. Then we've got the solid blue, and so I'm just going to set this aside since it has those cut parts on it. And then I'm going to set this one aside too. So we've eliminated 4 papers, and then we've got these ones here to work with. So what I'm going to do is just go through and decide what I want to use first, and then I'm going to come back and show you, because I'm going to actually stamp different pieces of each of these dolls onto the different papers and cut them out. So you'll start to see how this goes together. So I'm going to decide on my papers, and then I'll be back to show you what I did. These are the 6 papers that I have chosen. So the one here is going to go with the shirt, the one at the bottom is going to go with the bottoms, and then I'm going to do something different for the shoes. I'll probably use the same set for each pair of shoes. I think I might just do something like the polka dots and make the polka dots or something else. So I will come back to that later. And so I'm also going to set aside the hat for now, and wherever Cassie's hat is, I must have put that one somewhere. There it is. So I'm going to set the hats aside, and what I'm going to do is one at a time, I'm going to take these dolls again. I'm going to take the doll stamp, and I'm going to stamp them now onto this piece of paper. So up first I have Cassie, and I'm going to start first with the top, and I'm just going to ink the top of her shirt here because I don't need any of this other stuff, just the shirt is going to get inked. And then I am going to turn this over and just stamp it on the pattern paper. So you want to be careful, like I didn't get a good stamp right here. I will go back with a fine line marker or a pen just to kind of make that if I need to as I'm cutting it. But then I'm going to take the bottom section and I'm going to ink her bottom part, just her shorts, and then I'm going to try to be careful about how I do this, and I'm going to turn it upside down so that it doesn't have a lot of ink on it, and I'm just going to do this for her shorts and try to make sure I get a good line this time. And there we go. And this is why you want to use a mat on your desk, because the ink, you don't want to ruin your desk. So now I have my bottom and I have my top for Cassie. If you have more pieces, you go through each of the different ones and you just stamp them up. So I'm going to move her to the side. I'm going to bring Elena in, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to grab Elena and grab her plastic piece. And I'm going to first ink Elena's skirt. And right now I'm going to ink the belt as well. I might, and I probably will, make the belt a different color, but just in case, I'm going to ink the belt too. And then I'm going to place Elena. This is going to be the skirt. So I want to try to get, I think maybe right here. and then the blue, the white stars for the top. Like that. So there's Elena. And then we have Madeline. For Madeline, I'm going to leave her little undershirt white, and I'm going to make this red and this the firecracker. So I'm going to ink her skirt first. And then I'm going to ink her jacket. There we go. So now we've got those. We are going to wash the stamps again, and then we are going to be cutting those pieces out. So I will do those and I will come back and show you what they look like. And here are the dolls with the clothes cut out. So you will see that I just have the pieces right now sitting on top of them. So the little tiny pieces, you just line up. I also cut out some pieces for the hats. I made double layers here, so I've got the actual hat piece, and then I cut another piece to give this an accent. Same thing with Madeline's hat. There is a small polka dot piece here and here. I cut polka dot shoes out for all three of them, and I also cut the polka dot red belt for Elena. So I've got all of the different papers for the clothes and the shoes cut out. Something else that you can do if you want to is you can stamp the hair on different types of cardstock. So if you want to do brown or black or yellow or blonde or whatever you want to do, you can make the hair colors, or you can use markers or colored pencils. So I am actually going to be coloring the skin tones as well on the dolls. So since I'm going to do that, I'm probably just going to color their hair whenever I'm coloring the skin. Once you have all of your pieces like this, you're going to start to assemble the dolls. So you're just going to take your glue and start with one piece at a time, basically adding glue and adding it right over top of the base of the doll. This is why you want that doll frame or the base from the white cardstock, just so that you know exactly where to adhere this, and you want to line it up. And you want to make sure that when you cut out your pieces, that you actually cut on the outside of the lines. You don't want to cut on the inside of the lines. You want to make sure that there are the black edges so that the pieces actually stand out and you can see them whenever you put them on your project. So this is just going to take a little bit of time to go and decorate the dolls with their clothing. So I'm going to do this, and then I will be back to show you what they look like when they're finished. These are my stamped dolls finished. So I have glued all of the clothing down, and then what I did was take just regular colored pencils, and I selected a couple of different colors of browns and tans, and I made some skin tone colors with several different layers, just slowly shading them. And then I have taken some browns and some yellows for the hair. You can select any color that you want for your dolls. And again, I just made lots and lots of layers and shading just to kind of give it some different shades and some textures. So these are the three dolls that are finished. Cassie's hat comes off, so I will glue this on once I put this on my project. I hope you have found this tutorial to be a helpful way to get started on using your Julie Nutting doll stamps, especially for someone who's a beginner and wants to figure out how to use these and the best way to maximize them. This is one easy way to do that, and it's a really fun way because you can really kind of get creative with the different clothing options. So if you are looking to pick up more of these Julie Nutting doll stamps, or if you haven't gotten any before, I would recommend that you head over to the FotoBella online scrapbooking store. I will put a link in the description box below that links all of the Julie Nutting doll stamps that are available. There are several different ones available. They're all very cute, and I would suggest going over there, picking some up, and starting a project today. If you were interested in seeing what I'm going to do with these, my next project for the FotoBella design team is going to be making a 4th of July banner that's going to feature these 3 stamps. So I'm going to show you how to use the stamps and how to use the rest of the FotoBella God Bless America collection to make a festive, fun decoration for your holiday gathering. So I hope you will join me for that next time. Thank you for watching and have a great day.